I kind of challenge you to come up with an emotion that you have felt that has not been temporary, ever in your life. Has that ever happened to you where you've had an emotion and then it's just lasted forever? No. You've come through every emotion, every feeling, every experience you've ever had in your entire life. You've come through it. And that's because you are resilient, naturally. Resilience is not something you have to do. It's not something you have to grow or nurture or cultivate. It's just in you. It's who you are naturally, innately. You're born with it. You can trust that. You can come back to that. I'm going to be okay. It's been true every single step of the way. Every single moment, every single year up until now, it's been true. You've come through it. The feeling that you were in has passed. This is my snow globe. There's a polar bear inside it. And that polar bear represents you, your true essence, who you really are. That polar bear is entirely whole, cannot be touched, full of wisdom, full of intuition, full of insight, full of creativity, imagination, productivity, effectiveness. It's brilliant. It is brilliant beyond measure. That's that polar bear. That's who you are. Now, what happens in life, the reason it doesn't always feel that way, is because this happens. So this snow globe starts to shake, and the snow here represents all your thoughts and feelings, right? Your experience, that's what our experience is. It's a combination of thoughts and feelings. We don't always see them, we don't always acknowledge them, we don't always know they're happening, but that's what our experience of life is, thoughts and feelings. And that's what the snow is. All of the thoughts and feelings that we're having. Now, as you can see, as I'm shaking the snow globe, the polar bear becomes kind of blurry. It becomes kind of translucent. And sometimes if the snow's really, really, really shaking, it becomes invisible. So when we're in a kind of low mood, when we're in a bad state of mind, not a bad state of mind, but a low state of mind, when we're feeling anxious or fearful or afraid or worried, that's the snow globe shaking. And the really cool thing is that no matter how much I shake this snow globe, no matter how vigorously my thoughts and feelings are overtaking me, I cannot touch that polar bear. I cannot break it, crack it, even make a dent in it. I can't do that. It's not how the system works. That is unbroken, unbreakable, completely invincible. That mental immune system, that balance, that inner guide, that wisdom, that resilience, the fullness of who you are, the perfection of who you are, cannot be touched. It's intact, always, no matter how low you feel. It cannot touch the polar bear. It doesn't do anything to that polar bear. Now, when I let that snow settle, what happens? See the polar bear again. The polar bear didn't go anywhere. We just see it. That's how your psychological system works. When you are not in your thinking, when you're not taking all of your thinking so seriously, the snow starts to settle. When you're able to feel the really bad feeling and not worry about it, its grip on you releases a little bit and the snow starts to settle. And then, hey, you can see that polar bear again until this happens, which will happen. It's inevitable. One of the characteristics of thought is that it's temporary, it's transient, it moves, it comes and goes. So you can guarantee that every time you feel the truth of this polar bear, every time you sit in that calm, peace, clear state inside of yourself, that's temporary too. Because this is going to happen. Life is going to happen. We're going to react to things. But no matter how much you react to something, no matter how bad the situation gets, the polar bear is still intact. It's still whole. It's still perfect. And that's who you are.